So it was pointed to earlier that at a certain point there is a recognition that in this play we call life, all that remains are these residual pieces of conditioned mind, the ego, and the master, whatever the master means to you. Once relationship like this is solid enough to really recognize this, then the role of the master is to break apart conditioned mind. This is not possible until the trust is stronger than your belief system. Than your mechanisms of egoic survival. Until the trust is stronger than your control mechanisms of egoic survival, you cannot really know what the master is. In the beginning, for most, there is some sense of continuity. In the beginning, it feels, perhaps for the first time, something that seems safe, completely safe to the conditioning of ego. Because in the beginning, conditioning of ego is what you have identified yourself to be. And a sense of safety is based on egoic interpretation. But as the nature of the relationship begins to reveal itself, for the very mature one, the trust has nothing to do with conditioned mind. The conditioned mind becomes the offering. And what once seemed like it had some sense of constancy to conditioned mind will reveal itself to have no constancy in the play of time, in the play of cause and effect at all. From the ego's perspective, it will leave the ego with no ground to stand upon. If there is clutching to what seems to be right for me, a relationship cannot do its work, can help on some level, but it cannot do the work it is destined to do. When there is the sense of complete unknowingness of where it will turn, and the recognition is, this is the complete and total trust. The life is about nothing but this, even though there is no point of orientation, even though it does not matter what mental reactivity is, even though it does not matter what the mind says is good for me, then the taste of the relationship truly begins to reveal itself. Then there is true maturity, true trust. Then there is room inside the center of your being, and what is called the Satguru, the Guru within, what was relationship with something external, begins to truly be internalized. Then the true love affair, that is untouched by anything, begins to reveal itself. Then a moment away from this relationship is completely and totally intolerable. No matter where it carries the play, it is immaterial. There is no longer any caring of what the mind's reaction is. And it will be broken open. It will lose its sense of orientation. And then what begins to be recognized inside your own being is the master. Does the fluctuations in the body affect the master? Does the fluctuation of emotion affect the master? Does time affect the master? Ultimately, the recognition is you were the master all along. All of the players just characters reflecting mental preconditioned ideas. But the path of true freedom is for very few. Because what is turned over is the mind. What is called the world is the mind. What is called my body is the mind. What is called me and my life is the mind. And it is turned over. And then self-discovery reveals itself to itself. The thing about it is when the environment is safe to the ego, the taste of pleasure is more accessible. When trust is all the way through, personal pleasure makes no difference. miracle of community like this core group is that perhaps most have this level of trust. Does not mean the process is complete, but it means it will be. Spoken many times in the past that in the early stages, this hypervigilance around self-inquiry that arose in this character after receiving the enormity of the love from his master. And then it came in, all you need do is come into me. This is what was meant. You know, the common belief in this country at this time is that the master is unnecessary. That one can do it on their own. And it is not a denial that this does not occur. It does. But when you have been carried through it, through the hand of a true master, you can feel it. You can feel the masses who speak this, and you can feel when something is cooked. And when it is insane with this passion and love. And it feels itself. And while it is very rare, the potential is alive.